I said to my husband that, the language is inappropriate. It's not acceptable. And I was surprised because that is not the man that I know.
Hi, this is Sally. Sunny Hostin stood out on The View for one simple reason: her legal background. As a former prosecutor, she seemed untouchable, someone who could dissect cases with razor-sharp insight. But that reputation fell apart when a staggering lawsuit left her owing $100 million in damages, toppling not just her career but the entire daytime institution of The View. From the moment she arrived at The View, Sunny's credibility was palpable. Audiences admired her calm poise amid the show's notoriously fiery debates, and producers valued her ability to translate complex legal issues for everyday viewers. She never seemed rattled, even when pressed on sensitive topics. Fans called her the show's moral anchor, someone whose integrity was beyond question. Her co-hosts appreciated the gravitas she brought. Whoopi Goldberg leaned on her for well-reasoned takes. Joy Behar found in her a balanced conversational partner, and the broader audience felt more informed after listening to her measured arguments. For a long time, it was hard to imagine The View without her. Then came the first tremor. Rumors circulated that Sunny's husband was involved in a major federal investigation for alleged insurance fraud and racketeering. At first, most people dismissed it. The idea that a legal luminary's spouse could be tied to a criminal conspiracy felt too absurd. But the story wouldn't die. Suddenly, news broke of a dramatic federal raid on offices linked to her husband's business, with footage showing him in handcuffs. Networks repeated phrases like fraudulent claims and organized scheme, fueling rampant speculation online. How could a woman revered for her prosecutorial record be connected, even indirectly, to such a scandal? Soon, the situation turned more surreal. Sunny herself was hit with a civil lawsuit demanding $100 million in damages, alleging she either benefited from or helped shield her husband's illicit operations. The claim that she, a TV personality known for moral fervor, might have exploited her legal savvy to conceal wrongdoing shook the public's trust. As the accusations gathered steam, social media and tabloids pounced. Critics savored the irony. A former prosecutor who once condemned fraudulent acts now faced charges of enabling a massive insurance scheme. Defenders insisted she had no clue, but suspicion was inescapable. Even her staunchest fans began to wonder, could she really be that blind to her husband's dealings? Behind the scenes at The View, anxiety soared. Producers worried that Sunny's predicament undermined the show's reputation for candid conversation. Co-hosts who once engaged her openly now seemed wary, avoiding any mention of the scandal. The signature spark of debate dimmed as a cloud of discomfort settled on the set. Sponsors took note. Advertisers thrive on trust. And once rumors of potential fraud surfaced, they grew uneasy about associating their products with the show. Executives tried to manage the crisis, but each day brought fresh headlines, intensifying the PR nightmare. In a flash, the legal drama reached a shocking climax.
I definitely am a journaler, so I did that piece, and I also just sort of sat down and dictated a lot of my memories, and I just started from the beginning. I started from my childhood in the South Bronx projects, talked about my mother, my father, the fact that they sacrificed everything for me and sort of lived lives of dreams deferred and poured everything in me.
Sunny lost the lawsuit. A jury ordered her to pay $100 million, an astronomical figure that few could believe. Overnight, her professional image imploded. Critics pointed out that a civil suit requires a lower standard of proof than a criminal trial. Still, the verdict carried devastating weight. Media outlets replayed her past appearances where she'd condemned unethical conduct. Now she was the one in the hot seat. Whether she had direct involvement or not, the court's ruling suggested she willfully ignored red flags. Online platforms erupted, mocking her apparent downfall and casting doubt on every moral stance she'd ever taken. For ABC, the verdict was the final blow. The show's credibility, built largely on hosts perceived as honest commentators, now lay in ruins. Sponsors swiftly withdrew, alarmed by the scale of the scandal. The network attempted to find a quick fix, maybe ousting Sunny. But the damage had already spread too far. In a matter of days, executives announced that The View was canceled, effective immediately. Staff heard the news in a flurry of frantic meetings, left stunned by how quickly an institution spanning decades could be shuttered over one scandal. Critics agreed that while the show had weathered controversies before, this was uncharted territory. The program's abrupt end left producers, camera operators, and writers without jobs. After so many years, The View had become a daily fixture for millions of viewers, offering a place where spirited debate coexisted with occasional moments of levity. Now, that legacy seemed tainted by the legal catastrophe swirling around one of its most respected hosts.
You know, I have this huge platform on The View, and I just started thinking about giving voice to the voiceless. What some people don't know about me is they know I'm a prosecutor, but I'm from the South Bronx projects. Like, I'm really just a everyday person, and I remember when I was 7, my uncle was in front of me, and our family never talked about it.
Former co-hosts offered carefully worded statements. Some expressed sadness for the staff, but none rushed to Sunny's defense. Meanwhile, fans vented online. Anger, disappointment, and a sense of betrayal filled comment threads. Sunny herself maintained a low profile, issuing only a brief statement that she planned to appeal the verdict. The damage, however, seemed irreversible. In the larger media world, the fiasco triggered soul-searching about how networks vet their personalities. If someone as seemingly righteous as Sunny could be embroiled in a financial scandal, where else might fault lines appear? Commentators noted that daytime TV cultivates close bonds with its audience. Once trust is broken, it's nearly impossible to restore. Speculation also grew about Sunny's next steps. Would she attempt a comeback through a new outlet or pivot into legal speaking gigs? With a $100 million judgment haunting her, rumors suggested bankruptcy might be inevitable. As for ABC, insiders whispered about a lighter daytime format to replace The View, hoping time would help audiences forget the scandal. In mere months, a show that had dominated daytime TV for decades became synonymous with disgrace, undone by a single lawsuit carrying a jaw-dropping price tag. Sunny Hostin's image as a poised legal expert collapsed under accusations that she profited from her husband's alleged crimes. Whether she was truly complicit or just tragically entangled, the outcome was the same. The View was canceled, reputations were torched, and an entire era of daytime conversation ended in tumult. It stands as a cautionary tale for television personalities who build their platforms on credibility. Even a decorated prosecutor turned household name can fall fast when scandal strikes. For fans who once trusted Sunny's commentary, the saga remains a startling reminder. A flawless public persona can unravel with dizzying speed if the truth, real or perceived, turns against you.